Alright, good morning and welcome back. So I got the carburetor back apart again. So I had gotten a mid-body gasket kit for it, and it comes with all the gaskets and basically the O-rings, the fitted O-rings for it, and then new bolts.
So this was the old one?
No, this is the float bowl one. There's multiple gaskets.
Maybe that's a lot.
To figure out the whole thing.
So this comes with everything to replace every single one?
No, this is only for this section right here.
So then this one is for?
That one's for the fuel tank. That's the shut-off valve for the fuel tank.
Okay.
So remember how it was leaking?
Yeah, because I would have thought if it was a kit, it would have come with everything. So I just wanted to ask that real quick.
No, they don't always include everything in a kit, because then they can just make another kit.
Oh. Kit for the kit.
So let me show you what I'm talking about. So on my carburetor, let me try to get this on the right side. So, I mean, you have your whole carburetor. And what I'm talking about for the mid-body, you got your float bowl. And then you have your mid-body, which is this part right here. And it sucks up to right here. It keeps up another part in there, which I have laying down right there. So basically what I'm trying to change out, and I just kicked the camera, is these O-rings right here. All these ones, they're very flat. You could tell that just parts of the O-ring is just starting to kind of overlap some of the holes for the fuel, and I believe it's causing issues for it.
Because we did the math, and this is a 15-year-old bike.
Yeah.
So it's likely these gaskets and O-rings are 15 years old.
So, and there's another gasket on this piece right here. So, and as you can see, through that one right there.
You can see through it?
Rubber, well, yeah, you can see through it. But you can see that the rubber is overlapping the hole right there at the center of it.
What does that mean?
It means it could cause a blockage that won't allow it to work. So let's go ahead and get these ones off.
Then this is the float. Do you think the float might be being dumb?
No. Either the float works or it doesn't. If it doesn't work, you'll see that it's either you're not going to get fuel or it's dumping fuel out of the carburetor.
Oh.
Because it's hollow.
Okay. Oh, so if it fills up.
So if when the bowl fills up, that pushes up.
Okay. That makes sense.
So, I mean, so I'll show you how that works. So when your carburetor's empty of fuel, it sits like that, and then as the fuel comes in through this little port right here, and then it just splashes in, gravity fed. And then as the fuel level goes up in it, this goes up, like so.
Okay.
So then when that goes up,
Here, this might be. This is very smart.
so then as it goes up, where the fuel goes all around this piece right here, and as the float goes up, it shuts it off. It shuts off the fuel supply. So as you can see, as it goes up, then so does that little button. Right there, that little rod, it goes up and it shuts off the fuel supply. So fuel comes in right here, just travels down right there and goes straight down. So that has a rubber tip on it, so it creates a good seal.
Okay. So you know the float's good.
Yeah.
That is neat.
Now if I turn the fuel on and fuel's just kind of dumping out the carburetor, it's flooding out really bad, well then it might be one of the problems that you're having is your float has a leak in it.
But what
it's
if
filling up with fuel, so it's sitting down at the bottom.
So could it go one of two ways? Could it either be a slow leak or is it just going to dump it out?
It'd probably dump it out depending on how much fuel you have in your fuel tank.
Okay.
Alright, so I got the gaskets all cleaned off. So now I'm gonna put the new ones on.
It looks beautiful. Is there any way to help make it stick down the first time?
Well, I assume I can probably put a little bit of grease in there.
How would you get grease into corners or crevices that small? Just with your finger?
Thinking with your big head.
But you have to use that to scrape it out. What other head would I think with? No, for real. You're thinking with your big head. I only have one head. I'm a woman. I would have used the Q-tip.
Sure you wouldn't.
But it would have worked, right? Oh, no, because that would have left residue behind in the cotton. Oh, you're using a different tool than your scraper.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. You're thinking with your blonde head. How about that? And you're just putting it in spots where it needs a little bit of extra help?
Yeah, just kind of. I'm trying not to get it around the actual ports where the fuel flows through. I don't know if it'll cause, if it'll get down in there and clog it up.
So that's what would happen if you mix fuel and grease, it clogs?
Well, with this grease, I don't know if it would just break down.
You literally have tools for your tools. That's why I'm like, how do you do this? And just remember, use your dirt bike, boys. If you have a lot of patience, I'd have been like, that's good enough.
No, there's no good enough. It's either done or it's not done.
That's what I'm saying. You have a lot of patience.
It comes with years of practice. got the new gasket in there. Seems to be sitting all flat down in there.
And that grease. So what kind of grease is that?
This is just, it's waterproof grease, but Velray. I had gotten it for the bushings and the bearings and everything.
Okay.
I got the waterproof one so that because with the bike going through mud and everything like that, I didn't want it breaking down.
Makes sense. And now, are you gonna do the same thing for that one, or do you think that will lie flat?
I'm gonna see how it sits in there without having to put any in.
Just like butter.
So that
It's in there.
it's in there. It's not gonna fall out right now. You just have to make sure you remember how it goes back together. So like a mistake that I almost made. I'll see if I can show you here. So right here, I get into the camera shot. There's a little hole right here. And on this one, it's got that hole right there. So I just have to make sure we get them lined up. Just, make sure you get it on the right way.
Because that's supposed to go in?
Not yet.
Okay, not yet. Because it's a bad thing when you're putting stuff together if you have pieces left over. That's not a good thing. Look, I had spare parts and everything.
Got the mid body bolted back together, so it has the 4 new bolts for the body and then the 2 bolts for the throttle piece.
And that's your last one, right?
The last gasket I'll have to put in. Yes. Is that her?
It was not me. It was not me.
I think it was you.
Why would it be me? I did not.
Because you do stuff like that.
I do stuff like that. Well, I do stuff like that, but that was not my brand. You know my brand, and you know I giggle when you realize what I done.
You're giggling.
I'm giggling because you looked at me, and then you were just like, no, that had to be the dog. That's a dog fart.
It was her.
If it was me, he wouldn't be conscious right now, would you?
Probably not.
So it was the dog.
Have video evidence of murder.
It's my choice if I upload it to YouTube.
It's on the cloud.
It would be one of those, on the episode of like most stupid criminals. What's up? See? She was like, man, I gotta get out of here, man. That stinks. Like, I gotta go get myself some fresh air.
Alright.
I really hope this is the fix, and I really hope this is the last time we have to take this apart.
So too.
Chubby's like, I have no clue what you're barking at, but I have to bark too. Because she's on that side of the fence. You know it's on the other street. And you know that dog can't see it. Got your back, girl. I got your back. Yep, got your back still. I don't think they'll ever watch it, but if that dog was a cartoon character, it would definitely be Tough Nut or Rough Nut or both. It's just both. I don't remember, but it's the one where he's got like the beard. You know, because he can't grow a beard. And the third one, he was like, crying to my big, luscious, manly beard. that would be that dog if it was like a character.
She's talking about How to Train a Dragon, so just in case if you didn't know.
Well, I really hope families who are watching this have kids and they know that and they're just like, oh, I get it. Oh, I get it. Dun, dun, dun!
Alright. So before I put it back on the bike, I'm going to try to test something, test my accelerator pump, make sure that the actual squirt of fuel is working like it should. So before I do that, I'm going to change out, I got the rebuild kit, rebuild the petcock valve on the fuel tank, because if I don't turn it off every time, it will leak. So I just went ahead and got one of these, so I'm going to change that out real quick, so be right back.
Oh, and then just on a side note, because before I forget, since Bessie is so old, how much would a brand new carburetor cost? Because you looked into that.
Factory carburetors probably about $1,200-$1,300.
Yeah. So now you kind of understand why we are banging our head against the wall trying to fix this thing.
But I mean, if this doesn't do it, then I might look into getting a smart carb for it. So a smart carb is about $800, but it's kind of a self-adjusting carburetor for altitude changes and this and that. So if you do a lot of riding in the mountains, I hear good reviews about them. I've never run one. I don't know anybody that's run one, so I can't give you a personal review on that. So, but I've heard good things about it. So that's if I can't get it now, then I'll probably just go that way.
Because we've likely exhausted every single possible problem.
Avenue.
Yeah. Use your blonde brain. I just wanted to add that in because that's muy importante. Hey, I can't speak normal English, so maybe if I just try to make up words, maybe you'll think I'm a little bit smarter.
Probably not.
Probably will.
Excuse me.
Woo. Woo. That's a...
Excuse me. Weird howl.
Woo.
Trying to check the accelerator pump squirt to make sure that it's working right. So where I'm looking at is right here, this little brass piece right there. So when I turn the throttle, it should be delayed enough to where it's not just gonna hit on this throttle plate, but it'll be good enough where you see a good squirt come all the way through it. So I don't know if you can see that, but it's squirting out and it's delayed long enough where it's not just gonna be hitting the throttle plate. So it's gonna, when you give it hard throttle, it'll squirt of fuel down into the cylinder. So I just wanted to show you that right quick. It's just something I wanted to check. So pretty sure my accelerator pump timing is correct. I got the bike. I got the carburetor all put back together, got everything reassembled, so now I'm just gonna run it and test it and see if I can make any adjustments on it and see where we're at from there. So, you gonna help me adjust this today? What you got all over here? That's gross. Alright. Fuel on. Choke on. I don't know. Let's see. It's too much. So my RPMs are hanging. They're hanging pretty high, so from what I could tell, it was, you know, the fuel screws adjusted in too far, but right now I'm already at two turns out, so my thing is I don't know. I mean, I put new jets in it to what the standard, you know, the factory recommends, but I don't know how to know if I gotta get bigger or smaller jets. So that's one thing I don't know. how to do. So I'm gonna go ride the bike around for a little bit and get it hot, then I'll be back. Okay, so I took the bike around, got it good and hot. So now let's see if we can make any adjustments.